Tío, qué desilusión. No sabes que es una mierda. Es que se ve exactamente igual, hombre. Vamos a analizar el nuevo tráiler de God of War Ragnarok. Los trailers mostrados por Sony. Vamos a ver de qué va este rollo.
Se acaba el tiempo. Las profecías dicen que fin volvulteres antes del Ragnarok. La guerra se aproxima.
Tú no quieres una guerra. Toda esa sangre en tus manos. En las manos de tu hijo. El destino solo te ata si lo dejas. Nosotros crearemos nuestro propio destino.
¿De qué va? Que vamos a ver el siguiente de qué va, niño. Vamos allá. Déjame quitar los subtítulos acá.
From a combat perspective, I always, and I still feel like the meat and potatoes of any God of War game is combat.
El tío está hablando de los combates. Va a hablar un poco de los combates y esas cosas y enemigos. Vamos a ver, hombre.
My name is Roberto Clemente. All my friends call me Bert. I'm a senior combat animator here at Sony Santa Monica.
My name is Kim Wynn, and I'm a gameplay animator.
Hi, I'm Sabra, and I'm a senior VFX artist on God of War Ragnarok.
My name is Grace Pan, and I'm a gameplay animator in God of War Ragnarok.
Hi, I'm Stephen O'Hara, GBA, combat designer on God of War. And I create interesting and memorable creatures that players like to attack and defend against.
Este equipo que vemos, todos han trabajado en cierto departamento en lo que se refiere al combate en el nuevo God of War Ragnarok. Así que ellos nos darán algunos detalles que consideran importantes. ¿Qué mejoras circunstanciales podemos esperar de este nuevo título?
As an animator, you gave life to characters. You make them move, you gave them personalities, you gave them weight.
My role as a VFX artist is to put the power behind a move. You are in control of fire and earth and water and wind. Whether you are throwing your axe or on the receiving end of an enemy spell, VFX is what really gives the movement and the danger to every move that a character or enemy makes.
I work really closely with the design team and the tech art team on this project specifically. We actually work a lot with camera, along with the guidance of our great camera team, so I find my...
Es que ya los juegos son muchas películas, y mira cómo se anima hoy en día, digo, todos lo sabemos, hoy que en los videojuegos se utilizan personas para que los movimientos se vean más reales. Se utilizan y esos trajes tienen sensores para que la animación se vea más fluida y no se vea tan robótica.
Myself doing fight choreography sometimes.
One of the most challenging parts about being a combat designer isn't the technical implementation of creating a creature, but it's really navigating that line between frustrating and engaging. We want to make something that makes players lean forward and focus and really try hard against that enemy and feel good about overcoming that, but we don't want to make them feel defeated if they can't figure something out.
And then it feels rewarding when you win, not because it was impossible, but because it was fun and engaging.
After the last game, we've heard the community cry out for more mini-bosses, bigger creatures, and enemy variety, and this time we really leaned into that. So in God of War Ragnarok, you're going to be traveling to all 9 realms, and each realm is going to have like its own theme of enemies that are very
las peticiones de la gente, que están tratando de cumplir peticiones, agregando más mini jefes, más, podríamos decir, qué sé yo, de esos enemigos que andan por ahí que Son como una especie de mini jefe muy diminutivo. A veces se me enreda la lengua, niño.
That space. For example, in Alfheim, we're familiar with the Dark Elves, but this time around we're going to be fighting Light Elves, such as the Light Elf Warrior. One of the key learnings from the last God of War game is we don't have to think about the camera and how close combat is going to feel. We already have that knowledge, so we can build upon the close camera that we have, and we can iterate on enemies, creating more interesting scenarios. In the last game, Atreus was just starting to fight alongside Kratos, and he was learning from the master tactician. So in this game, he's trying to prove himself a little bit more, and we built upon those mechanics with him.
The previous God of War, Atreus was still a kid, right? So he has a lot of dependency on his father. And for this game, you will see Atreus moving more independently.
Eso es muy importante, que el niño ya se defienda. El niño es un puberto, el niño tiene derecho a usar sus flechas y sus armas y sus dagas que guarda y defenderse. No dependerá del padre, no será un tonto indefenso que no sirve para nada.
On his own as a companion.
In regards to VFX for Kratos, I think what the players really love is the powerfulness of it. When you are playing as Kratos, you really do feel like the God of War. And moving into Ragnarok, we want to really make something bigger, make it stronger, make it more of a spectacle. You want them to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that the Blades of Chaos could get even better, but look at that.
So as Kratos gets more powerful, he's going to have access to newer combos and newer abilities that will increase the combat depth of each weapon. For the Blades, one of the moves that I've really enjoyed from previous God of Wars is the combat grapple, and we're going to be bringing that with a new twist.
I'm very excited for players to try the blade grapple traversal moves. That brings so much more speed into the movement and the dynamic feel to it.
One of the ways we've expanded Kratos combat this time around is we've given more utility and choice to his shield loadout.
If you are a parry person, you could really go for a shield that gears towards parrying. If you're a big blocker, then you could choose a shield that will really match your playstyle.
One new mechanic or element that I'm really excited about is these combo finishers. Building up the stun meter this time around is going to lead to different ways to basically decapitate the enemy.
You're going to be able to choose, which weapon you want to have when you kill a guy. Another feature that we've added for Kratos is his new pre-fall attacks. You could jump off a ledge, and if there's an enemy below you, you could slam down on him.
There's such an emphasis on verticality in some of these fights that it's super engaging. And as Kratos, now that you have so much mobility and that you can also take advantage of that verticality, I think it just adds such another interesting layer to a fight.
In God of War Ragnarok, we've enhanced the Kratos and Atreus duo. He's going to initiate a little bit more, be aggressive. He's going to fight alongside you, and sometimes even surprise you with his combo abilities too.
Some of the new expanded companion actions that you'll see Atreus do leverage the fact that he's older now, he's bigger now. And he's different from Kratos, so his magic has a different flavor.
Not only that.
Dicen que el niño es diferente a él y que tendrá su propio estilo de pelea. Muy diferente al de sus padres, que son las hachas, los escudos. El niño, si nos ponemos a ver lo que hemos visto en el gameplay, se enfoca más a utilizar un arco para el combate. No sé hasta ahora si veremos otra tipo de armas que el niño usará. También he podido ver que usa esos pequeños cuchillos afilados que se le entierran al enemigo.
That fight side by side together. There are also a lot of mini games and player interaction moments. For example, like the puzzle systems and the set pieces. You definitely will see a lot more collaborations between father and son.
Odin must have sent them.
There's so much that goes into building a big set piece. You basically iterate and iterate and iterate, and it takes testing and just seeing what works to really figure out the personality of something. Basically every department gives it their all to make things really spectacular. There were a lot of different times that I would look back at God of War games just through the ages before 2018. There were so many amazing, huge boss fights and set pieces that it was a huge inspiration for me on my time on this project.
For the old father!
Our design philosophy for creating new and memorable enemies is basically making them a combat puzzle, similar to like chess, and focusing on the chess pieces. Each piece has its own theme and its own use.
You need to be able to see what's happening in an instant and be able to react as the player.
There's a couple of different ways that we go into making an attack very readable for the player. Sometimes we add a signature audio cue, or we'll add the different rings, such as what we did in the
Una cosa es que vamos a terminar y luego diré qué pienso.
last game that lets you know that this attack is unblockable, you need to dodge it.
There's so many different ways that VFX really helps not just show what an enemy is about to do, but show who the enemy really is.
Everything you design has to be surrounding the essence of the character and a story. It's what makes it believable and memorable in the first place.
I think what I'm most excited about is for players to experience the diversity of enemies that this game has to offer. You will be fighting everything from small little creatures to things that will take up the entire screen.
All of their designs run the gamut. I think each one looks so much different from the next one, and each of them have their own play styles and their own little fantasies that go into it. And so I think if you are really into Norse mythology, you'll be very interested to see how Sony Santa Monica has taken some of these creatures and interpreted them for God of War.
Everything that goes into the game, there's emotion behind it and intent behind it, and by the time it gets to you, everything that you've seen that you're going to play and experience has been sweated over, bled over, tested, and is fun to play.
Se lanza el 9 de noviembre. El 9 de noviembre ya por fin tendremos el juego. A ver, ¿y qué me ha parecido a mí? Después luego de ver el tráiler sobre los combates que explican aquí, los desarrolladores y eso. El equipo que ha trabajado detrás del nuevo God of War Ragnarok. Si le soy sincero, me ha dejado totalmente frío. Es que es muy continuista, muy continuista. Hay pocas diferencias con el juego de PlayStation 4. Se ve exactamente igual, desde mi punto de vista personal para mí. Se ve exactamente igual. Por lo que yo pienso que este juego al principio fue anunciado para la PlayStation 5 como exclusivo. Luego Sony más adelante anunció que no sería exclusivo de PlayStation 5 y que estaría siendo desarrollado para la PlayStation 4. Lo que nos deja ver en sí que el juego, en fin, estaba siendo desarrollado desde el principio para la PlayStation 4. Oigan, si ustedes se ponen a pensar, desde 2018 a 2022, que no ha pasado tanto, y que Sony lo tenía planeado así. Solo no quiso vender una cortina de humo, dije que iba a ser exclusivo de la nueva generación de consolas. Sabiendo que es mentira. Todos los haces que vemos. Es como decir tener una base. Y a partir de esa base vamos a mejorar ciertas cositas y ciertas cosas. Una de las cosas que más noto es que el juego se sigue viendo muy pasillero. Se sigue viendo bastante pasillero. Lo veo como con poca amplitud y se ve muy poco vivo y poca interactividad con los escenarios. El juego tiene un fuerte enfoque en lo que son los combates. Y hablando de los combates, veo que el juego tiene poca mejora, un nivel de combate. que la hacha, sí, que el escudo y que esas cosas. Pero hombre, si me pongo a pensarlo, yo analizándolo desde mi punto de vista, es que no veo esas mejoras que tantos hablaron. Quiero hacer una pequeña comparación para que vean de qué hablo sobre el combate. Vamos a ver qué tenemos por aquí. Vamos a ver.
On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creatures. To be effective in combat, a warrior must not feel for his enemy.
En el juego se ve exactamente igual. El juego se ve muy igual.
Close your heart to their suffering.
Vamos a ver si vemos algo de combate por acá.
On our journey, we will be attacked by all manner of creatures. To be effective in
Te pones
combat,
a ver, las
a warrior
animaciones
must
han
not
cambiado
feel
muy
for his
poco.
enemy.
Pero quiero dejar muy claro ese detalle. Vamos a ver un poco de combate, a ver si hay por acá. Vamos a ver si hallamos un poco de combate, niños. Que vamos a ver si hallamos un poco de combate. Vamos a adelantarle un poco. Vamos a ver el detalle.
Wait for my mark.
Mírenlo ahí, miren lo que les quiero decir.
Take even more time. It does not matter if you fire only.
Si nos ponemos a ver, el combate es bastante continuista, es bastante
Show me
continuista.
control.
Lo que se añade son mejoras muy leves. Desde mi análisis lo que puedo ver. Mejoras muy leves. Que no es el gran salto. Que está haciendo. No, este juego es una continuación. Este juego estaba hecho, este juego ya estaba los haces, los jefes, los gráficos, todo hecho. Si tienes tu PlayStation 5, lo que puedes esperar son mejoras muy leves. Pero como tienes que vender, claro está, tienes que resaltar, y que los más clásicos, el hacha, y que los agarre, y que el rato se puede tirar del aire. Pero miren ustedes, analícenlo por ustedes. Bueno, vamos a dejarlo hasta acá. Nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. No olvides dejarme tu like y suscribirte al canal. Eso me ayuda mucho. Y recuerda que es gratis. Hasta la próxima.